Hello and welcome to All Top 5s. In Western culture and media, we're used to seeing heaven portrayed as a paradise among the clouds with angels and harps and gilded pearly gates, all of which kind of stems from a base in Christianity. But what is heaven seen as around the world in various cultures and religions, and what similarities are there between them? Number 5. Bahai. The Bahai faith developed from Shia Islam in the mid-19th century and is regarded as an independent religion. It teaches that God is too great for humans to make sense of or to understand, and instead the manifestations of God are the pieces that help us comprehend how He works. According to Bahai, the purpose of humanity is to develop one's understanding and love of God through prayer, self-reflection, and from helping others. That ties in very well with the Bahai view of heaven. It's taught that heaven, and hell for that matter, is a spiritual state, measured by the distance from God a person is. If, when a person dies, he or she knows God well and is close to Him, then that person is in heaven, connected to God. It's an interesting and appealing concept, with the focus being humanity's connection to God Himself, rather than a physical place after death that focuses on punishment or reward for actions in life. However, still within this, the Baha'is believe that the afterlife is an incomprehensible plane of existence where souls retain their individuality and remember their previous lives. The distance from God is what determines their spiritual state rather than their location. A beautiful outlook actually, the Baha'i faith. Number 4. Kabbalah. It's a form of Jewish mysticism that emerged in the 12th century. Kabbalah is a faith that varies by location and tradition. It focuses on the big questions such as the nature of God, the universe, heaven, hell, the soul, and so on, and used to be taught only after people had finished their education in Torah and Talmud, the holy scriptures of Judaism. According to the Talmud, there are 7 heavens, known as Shamayim, that run in a clear hierarchy ascending to the holiest, and each heaven is governed by a different angel. The first is known as Vilon, or Arafel, which Archangel Gabriel oversees, and is considered just apart from Earth, and the home of Adam and Eve. Rakia is the second heaven, governed by Zachariel and Raphael. It is where fallen angels are held prisoner and the planets of the solar system are attached. Moses once visited this heaven on his paradise visit. The third heaven is Shehakim, controlled by Anahel. It's the Garden of Eden and it houses the Tree of Life, producing holy manna, the food of angels. Shehakim also contains Paradise and Hell, the two opposites to the south and the north respectively. The fourth heaven is known as Maon, and Archangel Michael watches over it. It's in Maon that Holy Jerusalem, the temple, and the altar lie. The fifth heaven is Makon, governed by Samael and home to the holy song-uttering choir, and also the Ishim, angels made of fire and snow who watch over mortals closely. Zebul is the sixth heaven, mysterious in nature, almost nothing's known about it, and it's controlled by the angel of righteousness, Sakiel. Finally, the seventh heaven is Araboth, the holiest of the 7 heavens, ruled by Cassiel. Araboth houses the throne of glory and is the realm that God dwells in. It's believed that all unborn human souls lie beneath His throne. So Kabbalah has an incredibly detailed and hierarchical approach to heaven, it seems. Number 3. Jainism. An ancient Indian religion, Jainism is still followed today, though vastly outnumbered by those who follow Hinduism. It's a complex religion based on oaths of non-violence, truth, chastity, no stealing, and non-attachment to material objects, echoing Buddhism and Hinduism. Along with such complexity comes a complex view of the heavens, or the realms of the gods. According to Jainism, everything all around us and within our comprehension forms the universe, and that includes heaven and hell. The shape of the universe is believed to be much like a human standing upright, with the feet facing south and the head up to the north. At the bottom of the universe, in the north, is Adoloka, the lower world, consisting of 7 hells that house all the hellish beings suffering tortures and being overwatched by various demigods. Above this, we have the middle level spread between east and west, which Jainism calls Madhya Loka, the middle world. It's at the centre of the universe and is the plane on which humans, animals, birds and plants all live, with luminous gods high above in the skies and intermediary gods beneath the ground. Next, there is Urdhva Loka to the south, also known as the upper world. It's divided into 16 sections called Devalokas, each being the abode of demigods whose souls have not yet been liberated. Finally, at the very extreme top is Siddhasila, the realm that houses liberated souls, the perfect, all-knowing beings who reside there in bliss and are the pinnacle of Jainism worship. Jains believe that each one of these levels has a huge population of different groups of souls, gods, demigods and other beings, all of whom live in long cycles, attaining different levels each life cycle. It's a fascinating belief. Number 2. Tuamotus. In Polynesia there is a vast range of different religions and cultural beliefs that vary from island to island. However, in 1869, a chief from the island known as the Tuamotus illustrated the 9 heavens that his islanders believed in devoutly. The Tuamotus, who used to be known as the Paumotus by the way, believed that the universe was conceived and divided into 9 distinct heavens, which are then split in half to the left and right. This associates each section with a particular stage of evolution in Earth's history as the Polynesians saw it. These stages are illustrated below with people, animals, plants and so on. There are some really interesting parts to this illustration of the heavens. For example, the very lowest division has the heavens low over the earth and contains many creatures the Tuamotus didn't know, such as this dinosaur shape. You've got early plant development in the second period, and in the third you can see the first murder, the first burial and the first canoes, built by the legendary Polynesian hero Rata. In the fourth division there are many different trees, including the significant coconut tree, followed by the birth of many more islanders throughout the ages. So my interpretation is that it would seem the Tuamotus consider the earth a kind of paradise or heaven in and of itself, with the various stages of its development contributing to the full 9 heavens that we all experience today. Number 1. Buddhism. And finally we come to Buddhism, the most followed of faiths in this list. I've included it because Buddhists have a very complex and cycling interpretation of heaven, weaving this into their belief in rebirth and karma. According to Buddhism, there are many different heavens that form up samsara, which is illusionary reality. If a person lives their life well and has good karma, they may end up being reborn in one of these heavens. It's not an eternal paradise though, for that good karma will be used up and the soul will be reborn once more into the mortal realm of existence as an animal, human, or something else. This temporary status of the heavens is what drives Buddhists to reach enlightenment, or nirvana, as it's a way of escaping the endless rebirth cycles and achieving this highest of mental states. So, for Buddhists, heaven isn't the ultimate goal, simply a stopgap that rewards the good karma of their lives. Yes, this is all a fairly simplified description, but that's because Buddhism is so varied and complex, but it hits the gist of what heaven is to a Buddhist. Here are some examples of the many different heavens within Buddhism that one may hope to be reborn into. Brahmaloka is a highly revered heaven into which monks can hope to be reborn, being second only to the state of nirvana. It's unknown how long a being may reside in Brahmaloka, but it's not forever. In Katu Maharaja, humans who spent their lives as kings are reborn and enjoy a lifespan of 9.2 billion years. There is Tavatimsa, ruled by Indra, a guardian deity. Within this realm lies Nandanavana, a heavenly garden that's described as most magnificent. These denizens enjoy a 36 million year lifespan here, but may be outshone by new arrivals who followed the Buddha's teachings more closely. So Buddhist heavens feature some quite extraordinary descriptions and lifespans, and it's easy to see why a person might strive to spend their mortal life of 80 years or so accumulating good karma, if it means millions of years amongst the gods in heaven in the future. And that's it from all top 5s for this week. Just to say, keep an eye out for my next video, which will explore in more detail 5 very different interpretations of hell. Please be civil if you're posting a comment. I won't tolerate intolerance, especially when it comes to belief systems and religion. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and you can hit the subscribe button for notifications of all my new videos. So peace and love to each and every one of you, and I'll see you all next time on All Top 5s.